Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Well, I don't know what happened, but I couldn't share this on Facebook. So hopefully you all will be able to find it and get in here. I'm looking for my glasses because it is prayer day. I'll be reading the names from our prayer list, and that's why I have it up there already, that if you have prayer requests, please let me know. And there's my glasses, and let's see if anybody is able to find it. Well, not yet. So hopefully I'm going to try one more time. Let's see if we can get it to come up. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but all right. Finally, it did let me come on and share it. So hello, Blue Jean. Hello, Julie Kiss. I guess we can blame it on Mercury retrograde. That's making things go wonky right now and not letting me share this out to people. But it finally came up, so let's see if we can get some people in here. How's everybody doing? I'm going to share it into the groups, and then we'll go into our heart brain. Okay. Done and done. So let's go ahead and do the heart brain, and hopefully people will find how to get to us from there so we can all meet together this morning as the beautiful family that we are. Hand on your heart center and slow down the breathing. And add in the love. Just start letting that love flow to your heart. And when you breathe into it, just hold somebody tight. Give them a big warm hug from your heart to their heart. Let's change the energy and shift the energy to one of positivity this morning. Breathe in love and breathe out love. Focus on something that makes you so happy, that puts a smile on your face. Because Marietta says that a smile is spirit magnifying incredible loving energy. So that's what we want to do, is to magnify that out into the world. And then we do, as our Blue has so lovingly named it, the heart. Breathe in there. Let that energy flow up to your mind, out the top of your head, the crown chakra, and up to the divine. Heart, mind to the divine. What a wonderful tradition that we have going here at the Angelic River family. And our family is finding us. Hello, Annie7. And Blue, thank you for calling in the troops. Hello to Sally and Tony De La Rosa. Brookie and Dylan and Max, good morning. Kathleen Caputo, good morning, Mama Hada Bear. And there's our Auntie Jean. Joy and happiness always. Life is short. We should be happy, right? Oh, Gizmo, I love you so much. My little guys here had me up at 5 o'clock this morning to feed them. They were both starving like they hadn't eaten in a year. Good morning, Jennifer Langren. Okay, so what did the angels have to say to us last night? It is keep your eye on the goal. And while I'm reading this, if you have any prayer requests that you want to add to our list, or just have us have an update or remembrance of your loved ones or of you, type that into the comments while this is happening. And thank you, Blue, for continuing to call in our beautiful peeps. Our Deirdre is not here yet. Charlie's on vacation, but hopefully he'll pop in and say hello. And our Marietta, I know she's listening. She's always listening. And I love that. Good morning, Doppel. All right, keep your eye on the goal. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. That is Christian D. Larson. Henry Ford said, obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal. It's all about perspective. When things get fuzzy and out of focus, it's because we have forgotten that there even is a goal. Life can get really hectic and chaotic, and before we know it, time has flown by. The goal is still hanging out there, but now it may seem even further away. In those times of uncertainty, take a moment to breathe and remember that you are never alone. Dear angels, each challenge we face is an opportunity for growth, a chance to connect with the divine presence within us. Thank you, angels, for giving us gentle nudges and signs, reminding us that no mountain is too high, no valley too deep. It is your belief in our potential that helps us to see the beauty in our struggles and the lessons in our trials. Dear ones, we are here to remind you that you are a powerful being of light, capable of creating a life filled with joy, love, and abundance. When you feel lost, close your eyes and feel our presence. We are the gentle breeze that stirs your spirit, the warmth that wraps around you when you need it most. We are always with you, guiding your steps, whispering words of encouragement, and lifting you when you fall. Trust in your journey. Trust in the journey. Trust in yourself, and trust that you are exactly where you need to be. The path may seem unclear now, but know that every twist and turn is leading you closer to your purpose. You are never alone, for we are with you, walking beside you every step of the way. Remember the promise that was made as the psalmist wrote, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Dear angels, today I promise to keep my eyes on my goals and all along the path of my life. They're always there. They're always helping us and trying to get our attention as we struggle sometimes with not knowing which way to go, which way to turn, what to do, what to say, how to act. They're always there. We just have to open our eyes and see it. And sometimes we just get caught up, don't we, in the things of life. Sometimes Mercury goes into retrograde and we're all spinning around and not knowing what to do or falling down. And I just want to share, those of you who've experienced the falls lately, you're in my heart and my prayers, and glad that you are okay. But there is a real thing right now with vertigo, and I think it's the spin. I think it is the energy that's happening that's increasing the swirl that's usually there around us. It's gotten faster. And as it's said in the blog, sometimes life gets in our way, and before we know it, we've gone a day without even focusing on what's important, because we get so caught up in the little things, right? It's all about the little things, because the little things are important to notice, to pay attention to, but they can be distracting from what we know is our true purpose in life. So learning how to handle those little things, because I'm using that term lightly, because everything is the same. There is no such thing as something that's smaller or bigger. It's all the same. It's all energy. But we let other things and other people and circumstances keep us away from our purpose. And once we get back on track, then the angels are able to help us to see that goal more clearly and not be caught up in just all the distractions, all of the swirling and twirling that's going on in the world. So what does Kuan Yin say about this? This is funny. Look for my signs. I have been speaking to you through signs in the world and feelings in your heart. Can you hear my reassuring voice? When you ask me for a sign, I give it. Notice what is happening in the world around you. Take comfort and believe. That's the message from our beautiful guide, Kuan Yin, for today. And yes, always giving us signs, always helping us. Whether it's just a feeling that there's something there that's trying to reach out to us, or if maybe you find something physical that's a sign. A lot of people find the feathers and the coins and the serendipities and the synchronicities of life. They're always there. So what Kuan Yin is saying is open your eyes because they are there. Open up to it and just look at it and see. Good morning, Hope Wellington Marshall. So glad you're here. Good morning, Kathy Hand. And Kathy loved the message today. Thank you, darling. Andrea, good morning, and thank you for sharing. And Blue says, please keep Princess Dolly in your prayers. She's still a bit lame. It's in her shoulder, and I may still have to call the vet, who she likes. I got my tires on my car and am mobile again. I will miss driving the fancy schmancy truck. We still have no water in the house. Thank goodness the girls and kittens prefer to drink out of babble. Headed to the lake later to take a bath. Prayers my guy can solve the water issue. And yes, drunken sailor walk. Use a cane or a walking stick. No shame in that. I have a cane in my car. If I have to walk up an incline or walk for a long distance, then yeah, I'm going to take it with me. I have no problem doing that, even though I have not experienced falls in, oh my gosh, probably close to 3 decades now. And I always am very astute and very careful as I walk along and where my feet are going and what obstacles might be there in front of me. So yes, there's no shame in having assistance. So how's everybody doing? How are you doing? And Auntie Jean, I just want to wrap you in bubble wrap. That's what I want to do. I just want to see you safe and unharmed and just able to move about freely without any fear of falling down. And I know you're okay. I feel that you're okay. And maybe a little bit of bruising, but that's all right. That too shall pass, right? So this message from the angels, it's all about perspective. You know, what are we focused on? Are we focused on what's going on in the world? That's a big focus right now. It's such a tumultuous time. We have so much going on in the world. We have wars and conflicts and chaos and upsets and a whole lot of bitterness and anger. Do we focus on that? Well, some people do. Some people have to know what's going on, right? You have to know who's saying what about who and who's slinging mud. And a part of it is trying to figure out what's real. None of that is real. It's all an illusion. So as we get ready to make a shift and a change, especially here in the States, I encourage you to use your intuition. When we start listening to other people and their viewpoints, what are they listening to for guidance? This is something to really ask ourselves, and I'm being very serious here. If you're listening to other people and depending on them to feed you information about what to think, what to feel, how to act, you don't know what their guidance system is. Are they tuned in? to spirit? Are they listening with their heart? Really pay attention to that. Are you being swayed one way or another by others? I encourage you to tune in to your own spiritual guidance. Tune into your heart, and you'll know, you will intuitively know what's, quote, real. What is the best plan of action? What is it that you're being guided and nudged to do? So, getting off of that soapbox, and that's all I have to say about that. Sally says, that's me, the drunken sailor walk. I call those obstacles booby traps. Yes. Sometimes they do sneak up on us, don't they? You know, it's like driving here in New Orleans where I'm at. Oh my gosh, you guys. I love this city so much. I truly love New Orleans. It is near and dear to my heart. The energy of it, the beauty of it, the people. I love the people here. But there's a but. Driving in this place can be very hairy. And not only do you have the potholes, yep, it's full of potholes. And sometimes you don't see them until it's a little too late. And there you go, your tire's going down into the roadway. But also, I don't know why. I think they just don't believe in stop signs here. So as you're driving through some of these places, there's an intersection without stop signs. What? I'm always just like so cautious, and as I'm looking while I'm driving and I'm coming upon an intersection, I can see there's an intersection, no stop sign. Either way, it's like, okay, I guess we're just going to depend on good old courtesy, right? And slow down, take it easy, which is really the way of life here, is taking it easy and relaxing and not getting into that anxiety as you're driving along. But that blows my mind. And it's been every year when I come here, I'm like, okay, I got to go to the post office, or I've got to go get groceries, put my helmet on, and use my intuition as I'm driving down the road, because I'm going to be coming upon an intersection where, you know, somebody might be coming and they don't have a stop sign and I don't have a stop sign. So we just kind of wing it here. And it's okay, because so far I'm good. And so far, and going forward, I will pay close attention at those intersections. And Nuruddin, thank you for coming in. We will add you to our prayers for that. And thank you for joining in to our morning show. And let's see what else we got going on. Sally, I read yours. Jennifer's doing well. Yay. I'm so glad to hear that, Jen. And Blue says, I seem to recall catching Jean as she tried to fall off our small back deck. Wow, you laughed so hard you almost fell. We got this. We got this, absolutely. And Blue says, interestingly, I was meditating this morning on making certain I am doing the inside work and not filling up on outside noise. Yeah, that's a great meditation to do. What's happening on the inside, and really fully listening to spirit as we do so. Good morning, Joanne. Thank you for being here. Joanne, how's our little guy doing in kindergarten? I can't wait for updates and to see how he's adapting to the bigger class schedule and how he's getting along there in kindergarten. Good morning, Deirdre. Thank you for being here. All right, so like I said, it is prayer day. I'll be reading the names on our prayer list. And if you have any updates, if you have any you want to add in, I have a minute before I pull it up, and I can adjust it and add in anything that you need prayer for. Swell, thank you for being here. Joanne says, he seems to be doing good. I get to see him tonight. Oh, please give him a big hug and tell him that I love him so much. And we're all wrapping our arms around him as he continues to grow so beautifully. And I miss seeing him. And Brookie, my right foot, now my ankle is so painful. Oh, sweet Brookie. We're going to lift you up for that. And Brooke, I'd love to do a healing session for you. Let me know if we can find a time to work that out where I can do that. Yeah, it sounds like you did. So let's do some energy healing and get that taken care of. Emerson and Mike, yes, Mary Crincoli. Let me pull that list up right now, and I'll make sure if I haven't already put them on it that I can add them in. Let me pull it up. And I don't know why, but it plays music when I pull it up, but I just want to make sure. So it was Emerson and Mike. Nope, I don't see them, so I'll go ahead and put it in. Thank you. Thank you for adding them into it. Ooh, that sounds cool and fun. I know you have so much fun helping that little guy understand things. Well, hello, Lynn Marie. Thank you for being here. Okay, so give just another couple of minutes. If there's anybody else that needs to add things into the prayer list, let me know, and then I'll call it up so that we all can look at those names. Let me go back up here because there's one page that keeps cutting off some of the names. Might be, no, it's not that one. Okay, I think that's it. Lynn says it's a flower. Not sure you saw it. Please keep me in the prayer list. You are on our prayer list, Lynn, and thank you. Blue says Mary Jane is doing better and does not need another surgery by Dr. Walensky. I'm going to see her today and I am concerned. Well, she is still on our prayer list, Blue. Oh, I see your flower, Lynn. Thank you for that. And Dr. Walensky operated on our friend who came through surgery. Great. He is in a lot of pain, though, and pain meds are not something he can take. They make him sick. Okay, so I think we added him to our prayers last week, Blue. All right, and Kathy says, that's the challenging thing about the company that Bob works for. They are from New Orleans and do not understand the challenges that Bob faces with commuting in the DC area. Yeah. Good morning, Josie. Thank you for being here. And Sally gave us our prayers for the lost, the lonely, the forgotten, the unloved, the homeless, and for all who live in fear of another. Also, for my grandson, for his harsh lessons in setting boundaries. Is that the one that lives with you, Sally? I know that can be a real challenge. All right, so I'm going to pull up the presentation, and Deirdre's offering our daily prayer for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, and support for parents of addicted children. Thank you for that beautiful prayer, Deirdre, that you offer us every day. All right, so Pull this up. And you can continue typing in your prayers and just start getting in that prayer mode as we begin to speak names to the universe, to our Creator, which I call God. Call it any name that you choose. Asking the angels to bring every name forward as they are spoken, as they are seen on the screen. These are people who have been brought to us. They're placed in our care with trusting that we are going to follow through with prayers every day. And this prayer list has been created and revised over years. So, okay, so let me pull this up. And see if there's any more before we start into the prayers. Blue, prayers for sweet creatures, great and small. I still hear the goose crying for her mate. She is soul torn during these energies. Oh, sweet Blue, I know how deeply you care about the animals of the world. Thank you for that. And yes, let's remember all of the animals that are out in the, quote, wild, all of those who don't have shelter, who are facing the heat, facing the storms, and just lifting them up for their safety. And speaking of storms, I saw that storm, I think it's Ernesto, has turned back into a hurricane. So prayers for the entire east coast of the United States, that it won't be an issue, that it won't make that turn into where any land mass is and any people are that could be harmed. All right, so let's prepare to go into our hearts, lifting these names up. They're names that there's a person with that name. Just remember that. These are actual people that we pray for every day, that we want the absolute best and highest good to come forth from the prayers that we lift up. We may not know what is for their best and highest good, and that's why we leave it up to our Creator to see and hear and answer for the best and highest good of all. And good morning, Emmanuel from Africa. Oh, yes, we certainly will, Emmanuel. I can't revise the list at this moment because it's up on the screen, but I will definitely add you in after we get done with our prayers. And please help us to lift each other up. All right, so breathe into your heart, and we lift these prayers up for all of the P's for peace, which if you are here, you are a P for peace on earth, attention to human trafficking through Save Someone's Child, and support for parents through Guiding Grace. Prachetta, Prachir, and Goofy, Mina and Neil, Navriti, Jasmine and her family, Billy and Tim and family, Sheila and Kevin and their family. And please lift Kevin up. He has been ill and needs our support right now. Gary, Cecil Boone, and my sister's children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Nola, Joanne Castrillo, her husband John, and their family, especially her daughter and that sweet little baby heiress, Dolores Cook. And Joanne, just a reminder that you're going to get us an address so we can send birthday wishes to your mom on her 90th birthday. LZ, Elaine, Deirdre and her family, Deirdre's sister and husband, Adriel, Joni and son John and Carl, Tia Fernetti, Mickey, Suzanne Millard and her family. Her daughter and grandchildren have joined her at her home, so lifting them up. Jacob, Marietta and Ed, Leo and his family, Lakshmi, Ken, Jim, Ryan, Josie, Tom and Mary, Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim, and Jean and Ron Lorio, and all the Lorio family, Mary Lou Burdick and her family, Catherine and Michael Kovacs and her family, especially her mom, Lynn Nevins, going through a cancer journey right now, Fred, Rosalind Good Vibes, Sally and Tony De La Rosa, Kathy and Bob Hand, I don't know where Bobby came from, and your family, Bo and Candy Hand, Michael, Patty, Sonia, Paul and Marlene, Joe and his wife, Pat Moss, and all of your family, Becky LaFave and her son Travis, Erica Hoppy and her family, Corinne, Charlie Coons and his family, Hope Wellington Marshall and all of her children and her parents, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Annie Seven and Grayson, Cassandra and Destiny Ortega, Luz Orsini and her grandchildren, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick Zimmerman, Jennifer and Micah, Oksana and her family, Herb, Caitlin and Aunt Gail, Isabel and Paul and their daughters, Beata and her daughter Juliana, Linda Lemieux, her sons and grandchildren, and let's please especially remember her son Chris, Linda's friend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh and their children and grandchildren, Mary Lord, Buster, Wayne, Blue Jean and Dave, and their fur babies, and really lifting up their situation there and praying that you have water in your home very soon, Blue Jean. Dolly the horse, Chance the horse, and Shasta the horse, Lindsay, Aunt Inga, Rose Sermon, Gary McCorkle, Brookie and your family, and Brookie praying for your foot and your ankle, for the swelling to go down and for healing to happen. Brookie's Aunt Jeannie, the Girardi family, Jeanette and Ernie, Sean, Lillian in Norway and her family, Kathleen Caputo, baby Wyatt and her mom, Katie, baby Haven and Mandy, baby Divine, Kat, Steve, Candy and Pastor Bruce, the Deerfield Valley in Vermont, Diego Leal, Alba, Dottie and Dawn, Grace Isis and her family in Kenya, Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Karen Palmer and her family, Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Elena, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine and John, Tammy Fisk and her family, Lori, Kelly, Rochelle and her mom Rose, Stephen, Catherine, Ruth Anderson and her family, and lifting up her sister Sharon, Jeannie's sister Merle, the area of Boulder, Colorado, undergoing a lot right now, Deb Goldberg and family, Michelle, Crystal and Dean Nobles and family, Laura Hill, Julia Osborne, Sharon Rhea and family, Sherry Gatewood and her brother-in-law, Anaya Hummingbird, Tammy Hill and family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Mary Crincoli and her family and friends, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Camilla and Nick, Lynn Andriozzi, Frank, Albie, Kenneth, Bobby, Mansi, Kamal, Akil and the Pakistan orphans, Yuri, Scott, Letitia, Mary, Joshua, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Pam Dite, Kimberly, Ellen, Sue Seekoff and Richard, Dido Clark and her son Harry, and Terry Gilstad, Chiara, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Marianne Pish, Cassandra and Danny, Lenny, John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney and her family. Kuka is back home after her father had passed and they did the ceremonies there. Carol Fisher, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Sue and grandchildren, Janie Stamler, Claudel Jackson, Debbie Carol Hawks, Carl, Chris Blake, Dante, Jerry, Kaylee, Trevor Jordan, Richard Weber, Charlotte Abrahams, Michelle Landers and her family, especially her son and her daughter, Kagan and Wyatt, Barbara Kaufman McGillicuddy, Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Miles and Sarah, Joanne McConnew, Whitney, Jude Dalton, Karen Gibbons and her daughter Julie Kiss and her mom Cynthia, Courtney, Ryan, Pat, Sophia, Aaron Parker, Angelica Complimans, Peggy, Claire, Carrie Klingon Butcher, and her dad is doing good after surgery, Brian Hughes, Pat O'Connor, Yolanda, Sylvie Barnes, Robin Waters Dykes and her mom Jewel, Joey, Terry, Joanne and Leo, Sam, Matt, Charles and Nita, Yusha, Nancy Berdowski, EC, Jen and Norm, Keith, Joe H., Marisol Soto, Deborah, Tyler, Chad Ehlers, Dick Waters, Milton Carvajal, Tomas Diaz, Cameron, Boris Zoffman, Jacqueline Carvajal, and David Reiger, Solvi Barnes, Odd Barnes, Gunn Ellen Sundahl, Maria Mitchinson Higman Simpson, Lisa Jo Davis, Jordan Lydia Benedita, Rebecca Seward Rickardson, Sonia Kay, Miles, Anjali Baha, Paula Graca, David Brett, the Rowland family, Colleen, Dylan Hickson, Richard Barnes, Cole Grayson, Brandy Shari, JT, Francis Nalvin, Shauna, Danielle Riverin and her family, Chris and Natika, Elise, Kara, Pam, Christine and Ed, Barbara and Diane, Kim, Catherine DeSanti, Mary Jane in Vermont, Carol Caruso, Val Meyer, Tasha, Jocelyn, Linda Kraft and her family, Eric and John, Darlene Ose, Paul G., Liam G., Pam, Mivan and Vanya, Daniel McGraw, Minner Brumley, Rebecca Sherman, Joe Ketterer, Gabrielle, Ina, Donna, Courtney, Nancy, Tammy Greco's family, Bailey, Jacob, Mary, Brian, Lily, Gabby Forrester, Don B. and family, Vega family, Laura, Lisa Capoli Matroni, Bobby, Elaine, Shiraz, Sharu, Sandy, Adil, Laura, Evelyn Smith, Beatrice, Amina, Israel and the Middle East areas of conflicts, and anywhere in the world that there's conflict going on. Abused individuals and groups, Ashley Miller, Alina, Susanna, Lana, Grace Anna, Kim Coles Ventnor, Shoshana Sibring, Ilana, Stephen, Keith, LP, Adam Holmes, Bob Smith, Chris, Christina and Clint, Janine, Heather, Kim, Jennifer M., Cassandra Brown, Henry, Tim Smith, Jeanette and Eric, Mark Hunter, Pat, Ainsley Grace and her mom, Kathleen Viscomi, Betty, Judy Dorn, Kelly, Alma Jean, Jim Mershon's father, Diane Beiersdorfer, Rebecca Abraxas, Dana Rados, Darlene Trainer and Nala, Patricia, Jennifer Schwab and family, Steve Newman and Carol, the D. Martin family, Janet, Blue's sister Timmy, Margarita Estrada, Emerson. Okay, so now we have Emerson twice. Diego Muga, Luis Almeida, Patricia Torinas, Don Baker and his family, especially his beautiful little daughter, and praying for that situation. Norman Ratner and his cousin Tom, Richard Scarborough, Richard James, Kathleen's cousin in Florida, Andre Latrulia, Kathy's co-workers and supervisor, Rose, Danica and Annette, Don and Dar Strickler, and Mike. So if there's any that we need to add to that list, please let me know. Emmanuel, I will put you on the list after we're done here with the prayers. And Sally says no. Okay, so we'll keep lifting up all of your beautiful family, Sally. Okay, so please speak to me clearly, Lord. Open my ears to hear your voice. Open my heart to commune with you more deeply. I want to feel your loving embrace. Open the doors that need to be opened and close the doors that need to be closed. And please pray this prayer with me. And thank you, Brandy, for joining us. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. We lift all of these prayers, all these names, and those we are adding to it afterward. Every situation, we just lift it all to be seen and heard by our Creator, asking the angels to minister to each one on our list, asking for guidance, for choices to be made that will lead to the best solutions. We give love from our heart. Kuan Yin says love is the energy that heals. So we share our love, we share our light every day. And we thank you. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, angels. Thank you to all the divine. We love you. And then we share that with each other every day. Thank you for joining us in prayer. And if you do have something more to add in, just add it in the comments, and I'll go in and make the revisions later. But for right now, we are going to share some love and light with each other, aren't we? And we do that as our Leo guides us into his beautiful song that he wrote for us, The Cuppa Full of Joy. It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day. Share your love, share your light, and know in your heart that when we lift these messages and these names up to the Creator, they are seen. I trust that. I believe that because we've seen miracles happen over these last years together. Thank you, Sally and Tony. Deirdre, you are so loved. Thank you, Hope. Beautiful Annie, I love you. Oh my goodness. Oh, sweet Jean, give those horses some beautiful love from us. Thank you, Jennifer. Brandy, I'm so glad you're here. You are in our prayers and you're in our hearts. Thank you, Auntie Jean. I hope you're doing okay. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Brookie. Message me and let's get together for a healing. Accept, align, allow. The AAA, y'all. There's our Marietta, my sweetheart lady. Love you so much. Thank you. I love you. Namaste, y'all.
joy before the peace of the poor. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste, y'all. Cuppa
All right. Anybody going to help Leo today and sing with him at the end? Woo! Annie did. Deirdre did. Thank you. Thank you. And Brandy's off to the doctor. Well, we're going with you. We'll be right there by your side. Oh, sweet Leo, thank you for being here. We just finished your song. All right, so angelspeakers.com, that is the website. Go to the classes tab. There's still time to sign up for Think and Grow Rich. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Think and Grow Rich. And we're going to study with Michelle Landers as we delve into how do we bring in more abundance in our life? How can we have those things that's out there that we desire in our heart? And y'all are in for a blessing because Michelle is an amazing teacher. And we start this the first Thursday in September, which is coming up really fast after my birthday, which is coming up really fast as well. I'm looking forward to it. And go sign up. If you don't want to do that one, we have emotional empowerment coming up in November that I will be leading. We had a wonderful, wonderful class full of love and light and inspiration and aha moments when we did this earlier in the year. And this is going to be an even deeper dive into being empowered with our emotions. Then we have the October retreat. There's still, I believe, space for 2 more at that retreat. And lots more if you just want to come and stay at a hotel or a B&B or somewhere where you find your own arrangements. Or if you're local in the Pennsylvania area, you can just drive in and spend the day with us. It's a long weekend, October 18th through the 21st, and we'd love to have you there. We have so much happening at that retreat. It's going to be amazing and beautiful, and time spent together to bond with each other. Have a beautiful day, everyone. I'll be back on in an hour with Dr. Ruth Anderson. This is our meditation excavation day. So I ask you to join us on Enlightened World Network when we do that later. And just stay in your hearts. Keep that goal in front of you. Stop being distracted by all the spin and the chaos in the world. And when you start feeling that spin, you start feeling maybe the vertigo or something that's knocking you off your feet, just breathe in, slow down. Maybe that's the big message for us. Slow down, take a breath. And I love you so much. I'll see you back in an hour. Love you all.